Hello there. My long-term view has always been in favour of ID cards, says the new UK Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood. So there you have it, ladies and gents. Welcome to Papers, Please Britain. It doesn't matter who you vote for or how many ministerial reshuffles there are, the direction of travel is set by the uniparty establishment. Here's our new Home Secretary, Shabana Mahmood, talking to the press at the 5-country ministerial meeting of Home Office ministers from Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK and the USA, part of the Five Eyes intelligence setup.
ID in the future in order to one of the reasons to be to tackle migration?
Well, look, my long-term personal political view has always been in favour of ID cards. In fact, I supported the last Labour government's introduction of ID cards. The first bill I spoke on in Parliament was the ID cards bill, which the then Conservative Lib Dem coalition scrapped. So I have a long-standing position, which anybody who's familiar with my political...
Was that a mistake?
Well, I have a long-standing position of my own, which those who are familiar with my political track record will know that is something that I've always supported. And look, my other colleagues in government have started this conversation about how we might roll out more digital ID. As Home Secretary, I'm very clear we do have to deal with the pull factors that are making the UK a destination of choice for those that are on the move around the world. And I want to make sure that we can clamp down on that. I think that a system of digital ID can also help with illegal working, enforcement of other laws as well. So there is a broader piece of work here to be done by government. But I do think that has a role to play for dealing with our migration system as well.
Forgive me, could we be in a situation where everybody would be compelled to have a digital ID at some point?
Well, the government's position at the moment is to look at digital ID, further rollout. I'll obviously be discussing that with my colleagues, some of whom are also, like me, new to the role. But we will be setting out our plans in the very near future about how we want to deal with the pull factors. The Prime Minister has also been clear. We have got to deal not just with disrupting the trade in people that is bringing people across the channel, but we've also got to deal with some of the reasons why they're getting in the boat in the first place, looking to come to the UK.
And this meeting is meant to be all about the thing called irregular migration, or illegal migration and people smuggling gangs to the rest of us, with Reuters saying, the ministers from the Five Eyes intelligence sharing network, the US, Britain, Canada, Australia and New Zealand will meet in London on Monday and Tuesday. Britain's Home Office said with measures to smash criminal smuggling gangs the focus of the talks. Adding, in Britain it has become the dominant political topic, with the government under great pressure from rivals over how to deal with a record number of asylum claims and arrivals by migrants in small boats across the Channel. The other issues to be discussed will be protecting children from, well, you can guess, and stopping the spread of deadly synthetic opioids. Now, there are two directions that digital ID could take. The first is where you have a digital footprint for things like the NHS or any benefits such as the state pension you receive. Then there's the ID card, where you carry a form of ID with you, whether it be a new ID card or an app on a mobile device or even some form of implanted chip. But it seems that Mahmood is in favour of the latter, some form of physical digital ID that can be carried by people. She specifically referred to an ID card being her preferred vehicle for achieving this. But as I said, it could even in time be a mandatory implant of some sort. And if that is the case, all it would take is a rollout of some form of non-invasive trackers and our digital prison would be easily completed. And we already have that network in the form of mobile device wireless and Bluetooth systems. So I don't think we're as far away as some think from this nightmarish dystopian future. Now, many people will say, "Over my dead body," until they need health care, or to apply for their state pension, or to get something as basic as a fishing licence. That's when the pressure of need is applied to ensure you comply and embrace the digital ID card. Then comes the inevitable point when you need them to enter shopping centres, or libraries, or museums, etc. All for your safety, of course, in case there's a fire, for example, and they need to know who's in the building. And your children will need one when going to school for similar reasons, or when they have to conduct those new drills for hiding from dangerous animals. You get the idea. Now quickly, please like, subscribe and comment below, and join our channel membership, and subscribe to our other channel Tripe and Whatnot for bite-sized snippets from this channel, links in the descriptions box below. Now, none of this will change anything else. With our ID cards on us, the boats will still keep coming, with the only new addition being that all the newcomers on the boats will also get a new UK ID card. And it won't lead to deportations, just to ensuring that the newcomers get all the benefits and housing they are due. And then in due course to be used to move them into employment and permanent places in the UK. The human rights industry will ensure that. And that human rights industry will be very glad to hear that Shabana Mahmood has been taken in by her European counterparts on the issue of the European Convention on Human Rights. Yes, she's been taken in hook, line, sinker, rod, boat and jetty. The whole shebang. Here's what she said on that particular issue. "I was very struck when I visited the Council of Europe in Strasbourg just a couple of months or so ago on how much other people wanted to talk to me about Britain playing the leading role in that discussion around reform of the Convention. I'm very happy to step into that space. I think that we can play a good role in moving those conversations along." Meaning we won't be leaving or suspending any part of the ECHR. No, we'll stay wedded with it while we attend a few talking shops to float the idea of reforming the ECHR. In her eyes, other Council of Europe countries have come around to our way of thinking, so we can shelve plans to leave the ECHR and work with them. "So I think we're not isolated," she continued. "Other countries are struggling with the challenges of mass migration, maintaining our borders, and I think that this is a useful time for us to have a refreshed conversation, and I'm confident we can make more progress." This is all pie in the sky. It's just kicking the ECHR and other international agreement issues into the long grass while our civil serpents get to grip with how to stop any real changes being made to our so-called international legal obligations. Millions more of taxpayers' dosh will be spent on generating much political hot air and meaningless reports that lead to the one uniparty preferred answer. Legal and illegal immigration will continue unabated while government after government wrings its hands asking us to wait while they come up with an answer. Talk about delaying tactics. Do not let them flim-flam you. Finally, please like, subscribe and comment below, and a big shout out to our Patreon supporters and channel membership. And thank you for watching.